Hey guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to my channel. Hope you had a wonderful day. What a day it was. I was completely wrong today, so I am accepting the fact I was wrong. But my BTSC, which I took in Bank Nifty, I was able to exit in profit. That was a really lucky things, to be honest, because the fall which happened after that, I was able to book it before that was something. With my experience I did. So hopefully you guys didn't make any mistakes by holding to a btsts and all those things. So what happened today is like as soon as the market opened, market like just did a small uh push up, almost 100 point it gave. So during that time my btst gave around like 50-60 points. So what happened is so when I started seeing nifty was not supporting bank nifty moves, I was thinking, okay, this is not going to be great. Either we will stay flat and we will lose the premium because of like the this consolidation. But some because of that, I didn't hold my trade. I exited as soon as the market opens. Like not as soon as the market opened, I waited for this. Around 5-10 minutes, I waited. Somewhere around 50-60 points I got. After that, market started to fall heavily. So I didn't trade actually on this, not because. So when you plan something, okay, so this is very important as a trader. So when you plan something and it is, if it is not going against, if it is not working for you on the previous day, and if it is completely doing opposite to what you planned, is like during that time it is better to stay cash. Okay, so why it is like why I advise to do that is basically when you do analysis and if it is not going right away, what you become is like you become, so my our thoughts become okay. At a point there will be a pullback will be happening, so you will think that this is the time where I should go long, and this is the where I should go long. You won't change your mindset as soon as the market opens and start to see everything going against you. You will think that my analysis were correct and it's just a liquidity grab or something which was happening. So what I did is like I was like staying cash mostly or most of the time. I did take one trade in Nifty, which was I took a trade here from this supply. This is where this was the only pullback which was happened properly. So when this break happened, and then uh, this was happening. So till here, this was an unmitigated supply zone which was happening here. So this when it came here I just took one trade here, but like, so to be honest I didn't even full size, I didn't even half size. It's like I went with a very small size. Okay, I went with a very small size. When this liquidity took it, I went with a small size. I just did the scalp. I didn't even wait because I know that personally, or that like if this couldn't I know this will work out, but I didn't want to put like a huge amount of money because my analysis were wrong. So to be in that state or like to be doing a revenge trade is not my thing. Okay, so I will never do that kind of like things when I am trading. I don't prefer, like if it is like I don't want to be that guy who makes every day from market. Like I am a guy who's like can stay cash throughout the day, then maybe end of the day I will build some position. So today what I did is basically what I'm carrying is I'm carrying a long strangle. So there is one two reason why I'm carrying two straddles. So US market is the main reason. So there are a couple of events which is happening in US market which can give a good amount of push tomorrow or like a dump tomorrow. So I'm playing for that only. So first one is like job opening data is coming around 8:30. So which is going to give a pace about like how jobless, like how US economy is job is setting up. So it is a sign of like if there is a job increase it is happening, which means that economy is doing fine. If there is a contraction in the job opening, that means economy is doing not really great. All these things can be understood from the job opening. And around 12:30 night FOMC minutes also will be coming out. So last meetings minutes report will be coming out. In that we will be able to understand in depth about like what is the plan for like FOMC for this year and next year. till that how much interest rate they are planning to hike, what is the aggressive nature of like all the FOMC members. So once you get to know what is happening, this will set up a tone for like for the next couple of weeks of like market, and this can give you very aggressive moves also. So currently, so I'm not going to give you any particular levels. Okay, so I what I want to do is like if tomorrow is something which is very crucial, if there is an upside push, okay, if there is an upside push is happening, I'll tell you the reason also. We will see a crazy expiry is going to happen if there is an upside push, like if the FOMC minutes is coming out to be positive and jobless data also is coming out to be positive, and if we get a 100 point like gap up or something, then we will see a good action also in the market. And one thing is like to let another, so if we open in bank nifty or like nifty above 40, nifty bank nifty above 43,000, we will see a good amount of short covering rally will be playing out in the market. So this is one thing which I will be watching out. If there is a push down is happening, if it is like a very big gap down, okay, so if there is a small, if there is a big gap down is happening, then don't short immediately. Okay, don't short immediately. There will be a pullback will be waiting for you. Wait for that pullback to play out, then only you should be looking for any sort of shorts. Okay, so till that time you should stay cash and wait for it. So tomorrow don't be that guy, I want to become I want to trade a zero hero trade, I want to make money and all those things. Don't be that guy. Wait patiently, you will find good trades tomorrow. Once you get a decent setup, you can trade. So I ideally the big moves, I think tomorrow if there is a gap up somehow, if US market is like closing positively, and like if there is a huge good back gap up, and the good gap up in the sense like nifty should gap up at least 100 point or something happens, then it is going to become a very trending expiry. Okay, it's going to be very trending expiry, because I'll tell you the reason. So if you check sensible, if you check sensible, uh, you can see here one thing. Okay, what is, yeah, you can see here how much open interest is there in this expiry. Okay, so if you see here the amount of call writing, you look at here, it's almost 135 million calls have written. This is huge. Okay, this is huge. You must have seen like 60 million, 70 million, 80 million. 135 million calls have written. Okay, so you just check here, look at the number of call writing which is happening here in 1200, 18,200, and look at the number of like call rating which is happening around 18,100. So imagine if we open 100 point gap up, this will be what will happen is this will trigger stop losses of like many people, and this will cause a huge amount of call unwinding starting from 18,100, and this call unwinding itself can push another 50 60 points in market. So this will only play out if there is a gap up happening, because like this is like unusual amount of call rating is happening. So I'm not sure whether like we will see a huge gap up. I'm not in favor of a like gap up, because I'm not sure, because like there is no point of speculating when there is like event is happening. So I would prefer to say is like just stay a cash during the market opening. Once you get a direction, that is where you should be initiating position. So there is a unusual amount of activity is happening in call writing. So what you need to do is like wait patiently. It's the same thing is happening in bank nifty also. There is a double the amount of putters like call writing is happening. So that is like extremely bearishness in the market, like extreme sign of bearishness is happening in the market, which you should be concerning. So today's change also, if you see here, the put writing is only happening around like in bank nifty, today's change is like around 0.7 million, and like the call writing is 33 million. And like in bank nifty, it is like completely there is a huge amount of put unwinding happened today, and like there is a huge amount of 43 million calls have written in the market. So this is like little concerning for the market. So coming to another thing, this is what we discussed like couple of days back. So Brent crude is now coming down again. Like yesterday also we saw around 2-3% of fall, and today also we are seeing a decent amount of fall which is happening in Brent crude. So this is going to be a really positive sign for Indian economy. Till don't take it as a uh, bullish call or something. You have to wait patiently enough. Once you get confirmation from US market what is the data today, once you have that, that is where you should be building some positions according to that. So apart from that, like all the sectors were like not doing really well today. Nothing was happening in the market aspect. All the market like the fall was like heavy. Because of that, all the sectors were dragging down, especially metals, financial service, everything was like heavily coming down. So what you need to do tomorrow is, if you want to stay bullish, make sure that it is like a solid gap up is happening. It should be opening at least above 18,100, at least 18,130 range or something. If that happens and if it is sustained there, there will be a short covering rally will be happening. We should be focusing on that one. If there is a gap down is happening, wait for a pullback, try to short at the really good supplies which you see in the market, and that is going to give you much better risk reward ratios. Okay. So see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you had a wonderful day. Please make sure that you position size properly and make sure that you stick to your plans. Never skip the trend. Bye bye guys.